right, welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Show. Again, wellness check. How's everyone doing? Fantastic, fantastic. It's so great to be here in the studio, and I am excited to introduce our next guest. We are joined by a courageous voice in chronic illness advocacy, and she's an author, a wellness champion, and a proud mother. After surviving lupus and kidney failure for over 30 years, she's now using her voice to inspire others to thrive through life's toughest storms. Please put your hands together and meet the extraordinary Mauricia Ambrose. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Nikki. It's great to be here.
Awesome. Well, you look great.
Thank you.
Yes, you look amazing. So let's get into it. Your story is powerful, by the way. So I just wanted to find out what inspired you to finally step forward and share your personal journey with lupus and kidney failure after so many years.
Well, for many years, I didn't say anything about my illness. My family knew that I was ill. They knew I had lupus, but they didn't know what I was going through, the hospitalizations, the operations, and everything that had happened to me in the last 30 years. It was only when I actually wrote the book and I shared it with my sister that they discovered what was happening. The impetus for actually sharing the book and finishing the book was really my entering the International Women's Day competition at work. I had written the book. It had gone through many different versions, but I was suffering from, I guess you would say, imposter syndrome, because I'm not a writer, so it's not my trade. And I wasn't quite sure if anyone would really want to read about my story. I mean, everyone has something that they're going through. So I decided to use the International Women's Day competition as a litmus test to see if anyone really wanted to hear my story. And amazingly enough, I won. And I then had to tell my story to 8,000 of my colleagues. So I really got myself into trouble there. But I did it. And the amazing thing is, when I walked onto the stage, you could see there was some skepticism initially.
Yeah.
And then as I started talking about my experiences, you saw people leaning forward and listening. By the end of it, I got a standing ovation. And I had colleagues coming to me saying they needed to hear my story. They were, they cried. They remembered their mother, writing letters to them as well. So it showed me that my story needed to be told. After that, after years of, writing different versions, within a month, I had finished the book and started the process of publishing it. So that was it. It's really the response of my colleagues and how the book resonated with them.
Absolutely. A really great motivation to complete the book. And congratulations on all the books that you've completed. I have 3 of them here. Turn Into the Storm, which is the cover and the backdrop. Tell us about that one. I know that's available on Amazon.
It is available at Amazon. That book is my memoir. It is the book that I was just mentioning. It's a book about resilience, reinvention, and rediscovery. It's a book about motherhood and surviving burnout and learning how to love yourself as you are and not letting others dictate how you feel about yourself
I think that's really important for people to recognize their own limitations and strengths and own them, and not to have the interference of, kind of outside voices dictating how they should, navigate their own journey. So I think that's, commendable. That you're encouraging that kind of empowerment through the book. And I also noticed that you have the Wellness Journal. So this is the most recent publication.
That is correct, yes.
Okay. And what's in the Wellness Journal? And thank you for the gifts, by the way. Can't wait to start the Wellness Journal.
Okay. So the Wellness Journal is really about issues that I have had throughout my journey. I have some sensitivities that have plagued me for the last maybe 5 or 6 years. And just identifying the triggers for those sensitivities was very difficult. I would have a flare-up last week, and now this week I'm having another flare-up, but I have no idea what is causing it. By documenting maybe the foods that I ate or the medication that I took, and then if it happens again, I document it again, I can find a pattern. So the Wellness Journal has space to document your reactions to, say, for example, medication or foods that you've eaten. It also allows you to track your water intake, your sleep, even your bowel movements and energy levels. I have charts at the back of the book. There's the Bristol stool chart that tells you about your bowels and your bowel movements. There is a water chart as well as a sleep chart. And the last section of each day in the book that I really like is it allows you to document positive affirmations.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's a true journal. Most of these books like this don't have space for that. It's very technical.
Right.
But this allows you a holistic view about your, a holistic view of your wellness.
Of your wellness.
Yeah.
And I like how you can track water, because I'm guilty of not drinking enough water. So that way it's okay. 2 more to go, and then I'm complete for the day.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So these books are both available on Amazon. Is that correct?
They are. They are both available on
Okay.
Amazon.
Amazing. Let us talk about the biggest misconception about lupus. So first of all, for those who are not familiar with lupus, can you tell us in layman's terms what that is, and then what are the misconceptions?
So lupus is an autoimmune disease that has no cause and no cure. Basically, your body cannot tell the difference between your normal cells and foreign bodies. So it attacks your normal cells. It can attack any organ, your lungs, your liver, your kidneys, your brain, and that's where the basic difficulty with lupus is. It's very, very difficult to diagnose because there's a focus on the symptoms and not the root cause of the disease.
Okay. So what are the misconceptions? What are the...
So the biggest misconception about lupus is that life ends with diagnosis, and that is not the case. You can still live a full life with the diagnosis of lupus. I have traveled almost every year with my son. We do everything together. I work full-time, and my life went on. I had some difficulties, definitely, but I made a point of living my life to the fullest, as much as I can.
As much as you can. Fantastic. Does lupus have a significance in any particular community? For example, for sickle cell anemia, I notice it's predominantly in maybe the African Canadian or community, but what about lupus? Is it in one particular community, or?
Lupus primarily affects women between the ages of, I think, 15 and 45. You very rarely see men with lupus. You do see it, but it's very rare. And it's very prevalent in the black community
Okay.
as well.
Oh, okay. Question about Into the Storm, as it was a story, a legacy for your son. So the intention evolved into something that is so now inspirational for a global audience. So what does your son say now about what you've done?
My son is 14. So, typical 14-year-old, he is proud of me. He did write a poem for the book, which I'm really, really proud of. So for him, it's mommy just doing her thing. When I was diagnosed with kidney failure, he was with me, learning how to dialyze at home. So I would go to the clinic, and I had to go with him because I had adopted him as a single mom. And the nurses were amazing. They let him, sit with me. We played games, but he saw the process that I was going through. And I made a point of making it part of life. So my diagnosis was never something that he needed to worry about. It was just me living, me doing my thing.
Right.
So for him, it's life. It's how mommy continues her life, how mommy does her day-to-day. Yeah.
Amazing. And I imagine he must be very empathetic to others when it comes to maybe some health challenges. He has a deeper insight, maybe?
Oh, definitely. He's very helpful, and our relationship is one where, we say, I love you. I make a point of saying I love you to him every day. And my heart melts when he says it first.
Aww.
Because it's just not something that a teenager, you would expect from a teenager.
Yeah.
And
that is sweet.
Yes. And that's the one thing that, I'm really happy about that our relationship. This has created a relationship that is really strong.
I love that. I love that. I have 30-year-old-ish children, and yes, I think I would pass out if I heard them say, I love you first, so I can just imagine. Excuse me. So the last question, if someone is feeling defeated by their diagnosis right now about their personal challenge, what would you tell them?
I would say ask questions, do your research, and find out about your illness, and go to your doctor with those questions so you feel empowered and in control. Ask for help as well. One of my biggest mistakes was not asking for help. It was very, very difficult for me to do that. And find someone to talk to. I know that, I live in Toronto, so Mental Health TO has a program called Strides. It's free, and you can call and you will get, you can speak to a therapist immediately, and they can then arrange regular sessions for you. So it's really about reaching out and knowing that you're not alone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There is a community there to support, and there are a myriad of resources. And I thank you for being an advocate for lupus, and I know that you're a director of My Lupus Canada, correct?
Yes, Lupus Canada, yeah.
Lupus Canada. So you're doing extraordinary work as a nonprofit to support lupus warriors like yourself. So if anyone wants more information about your organization, how can they find that information?
So I have a website. It's parentingonedayataTime.com. I also have a Facebook page. Again, parentingonedayataTime.com, all one word. And my email, again, Parenting one day at a time at gmail.com. So you can find me in all those
On
locations.
those, and then also to go to Amazon for
And
the
pick up a copy of the books. Yes.
absolutely, the Wellness Journal and Turn into the Storm. I want to thank you again for being an inspiration, and please say hello to Louis,
Yes.
your son. Yes, if there's anything else I can do to support your championing for what you are so strong at doing, please do not hesitate to contact me. This is fantastic. I appreciate you. Mauricia Ambrose, everyone, please connect with her on social media. And I want to thank everyone who's joined us today, and I hope that you've been inspired, uplifted, informed, and of course, transformed. I want to thank our previous guest, Michelle Bolton, with her incredible innovation of My 911 Inc. and now My 911 Life out of Florida. And I want to give a very special mention to the sponsors of the show courtesy of the Pom Pom Lifestyle. That's Plenty of Money and Peace of Mind Lifestyle organization. We will be working together to bring Canada to Zanzibar. So we're organizing a trip to go down January 2026. So would love for you to join us there. I also want to give a very special thank you to Not Just Hair Salon for styling me. It has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for spending time with us here at the Nikki Clarke Show. And be transformed, be well, and we'll see you the next time. God bless you.